It says, "Let us not seek the Republican answer or the Democratic answer, but the right answer." So my wife is fully on the right. So when she sent it to me, she was sending it to me because she thought it was well said. And indeed, I think it is. But it also seems like from a time gone by, the irony is that our current political situation is so different that I'm not sure that that saying fits well within our distinctly different time. I mean, there's a whole group of people who believe that they know things that just ain't so. Now, I'm sure JFK had his share of people who were dead wrong and believed they were right back in his day. But we're living in an age of ideological deception that I think is vastly different. To be sure, deceived people are on both sides. So I want to just be really clear about that from the outset here. But there is one side of the aisle that has mainstreamed deception. And it's a feature. It's not a bug. It's a part of their worldview, and I can prove it by visiting our friends over at MSNBC, where the fake Reverend Al Sharpton hangs out, and I'll show you Mehdi Hasan. And this clip that you're about to see will show you that these guys are just really unself-aware of how wrong they are about what they think. So here's Mehdi Hasan talking about left and right.
I mean, it's easy in American discourse to talk simplistically about the far left and the far right as two equally dangerous fringe blocks. Elon Musk has done it plenty of times just in the past week. But here's the difference. America's far left wants to give us free healthcare and free childcare. America's far right wants to give us white supremacy and no democracy. And this asymmetrical polarization of US politics would be laughable if it weren't so horrifying. We are living through an unspeakably dangerous moment. The pro-QAnon, pro-neo-Nazi faction of the Republican Party is poised to expand dramatically come the midterms. We're just 2 years away from Donald Trump very possibly re-seizing executive power. If that happens, we may look back on this past week as a pivotal moment, when a petulant and not-so-bright billionaire casually bought one of the world's most influential messaging machines and just handed it to the far right.
Now, you've probably come to the place where you expect this kind of unself-aware coverage in the media, but I want to point out a couple of things. So, all America's far left wants to give us is free childcare and free healthcare. That's what Hasan said. All right, that's all they want to do. That's it. So, now, he's the one that brought up the people who want to give you free healthcare and free childcare. So, these are the likes of AOC and Bernie. So, he brought them up, not me. So, the perfectly sane left wing of the Democratic Party has gone on record to say things like, because of climate change, the world will end in 12 years. So here's AOC saying that perfectly normal and totally fact-based comment.
I think that the part of it that is generational is that millennials and people and, Gen Z and all these folks that come after us are looking up, and we're like, the world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. And your biggest issue is your biggest issue is how are we going to pay for it?
And then you have other perfectly sane members of the left, like Rashida Tlaib, going on record saying that they would like to abolish all federal prisons. So here's a clip of her saying that.
In 2020, you endorsed the Breathe Act, which is a series of proposals to transform America's criminal justice system and create, quote, a roadmap for prison abolition. The Breathe Act proposes emptying federal detention facilities within 10 years. To what extent have you wrestled with any potential downsides of releasing into society every single person who's currently in a federal prison?
Yeah, I think that everyone's like, oh my God, we're going to just release everybody. That's not what
the act says.
But did you see how many people are mentally ill that are in prison right now?
No, I know, but the act that you endorsed actually says release everyone in 10 years.
But think about it. Who are releasing?
But there are like human traffickers.
Oh, I know.
Child sex. So, but you're saying, do you mean that you don't actually support that? Because you endorsed the bill.
No, I endorsed the Breathe Act and looking at the policies and how we incarcerate. Absolutely.
But it says in there.
But you cannot just blankly say, oh, look, she wants, that's not what I'm saying.
But that's like in plain text.
Okay. I know these leftists are insane, but you'll have to see our previous shows for receipts on what I'm about to say, but it does get even worse. open borders. We're with record encounters at the border in 2021 and on pace to demolish those milestones in 2022. Got to have goals, right? I guess. They're the party of abortion up to and after birth. Look at California Bill AB 2223, which says that up to 28 days you can abort your baby after birth. They're the party of genital mutilation, the party of destructing women's sports, and need I say more? You can catch brand new episodes of Indie Thinker with Reed Huberman every Monday and weekly bonus episodes to keep you thinking throughout the week. But you have to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when new episodes drop. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like this video and share it with friends.